everybody, welcome to our section 9.5 video lecture on the introduction to graphing linear equations. So in this section we're going to be talking about slope, and we're just going to be graphing some lines using a table of values. So talking about slopes of lines, a positive slope, if you're looking left to right, a positive slope of the line is always going up. So it's a line that looks kind of like that, where if you're looking left to right, just like you would with a book, the line is increasing, or it's going up, okay? A negative slope is the exact opposite, so if you're looking left to right, the line goes down. I'm trying to make arrows here. And that's what a negative slope looks like. A zero slope would be like going flat. Okay, it's a horizontal line, and an undefined slope is a vertical line. So I like to think of it like a bicyclist. So if you're pedaling a bicycle and you're going up a hill, it's a lot of work. It's a positive amount of work. If you're going down the hill, you're not doing any work. If anything, you're trying to, keep yourself from going too fast. But that would be the negative slope. A zero slope is just perfect. There's no incline at all. And it's just perfect going on your bicycle. And undefined slope, you would probably fall and plummet to some sort of disaster. And you'd definitely fall off your bike if you're trying to do an undefined slope. So hopefully that helps a little bit. That's how I think of them anyway. So those are slopes. That's generally what they look like. So for the rest of these, what we're going to do is graph some lines. We're going to graph them by filling out a table of values and then plotting the points from our table of values. And then we're just going to talk about the slope. Is it positive or negative or zero or undefined? Okay? So for our first one, we have x plus y equals 4. And I've started a little table of values for us. So a table of values has x values and y values, and then we'll make those into an ordered pair. For the first one, I have x values of 2, 3, and 4, and I'm going to use my equation to find my y values. So when x is 2, I'm going to plug that in. That would be 2 plus y equals 4. And then if I want to solve for y, just like regular equation solving, the 2 is added to the y. So the opposite of adding would be subtracting. So then I would have y equals 2. So for x is 2, y equals 2. If x equals 3, well, let's plug that in. So that would be 3 plus y equals 4. To solve for y, I'll subtract 3 from both sides. So then I'll have y equals 1. So when x is 3, y is 1. Last one, what happens when x is 4? So I would start with 4 plus y equals 4. And to solve for y, I would subtract 4 for both sides. So then I'll have y equals 0. So when x is 4, y is 0. And that's how I fill out my table of values. These together make an ordered pair. So when x is 2 and y is 2, I'll have the ordered pair 2, 2. When x is 3 and y is 1, I'll have the ordered pair 3, 1. And when x is 4 and y is 0, I'll have the ordered pair 4, 0. So if you notice, I have 3 points. You can go ahead and plot those. So when x is 2 and y is 2, I had that pair 2, 2. 2, 2 is graphed right here. Go right 2 and up 2. 3, 1 would be right 3 and up 1. And 4, 0 would be right 4 and don't go up or down at all. Okay? They're nicely in line. And then from here, you just connect the dots to form a straight line. Okay? On my math lab, what you're going to do is use a line tool. And then all you have to do is click where the 2, 2 is. Click where the 3, 1 is. And then it'll automatically make a line for you. Because you only need 2 points to make a line. This table of values has 3, which kind of makes sure that I didn't mess up, because they should all be in a line. If I notice one of them is way off the line, then I know I did something wrong for that point. Okay? Alright, now that I have my line drawn and graphed, is the slope positive, negative, 0, or undefined? What do you guys think? Well, if I look left to right, my line is going down. This is a negative slope. Okay, let's do some more. My next example is x minus y equals 7. In my table of values, I've got 1, 2, 3 for my x values. Let's try them. So for x is 1, if I just plug that in for x, that would be 1 minus y equals 7. If I want to solve for y, I would subtract 1 first. 1 minus 1 is 0. 7 minus 1 is 6. And 0 minus y would be negative y. Then to get positive y, I'll divide both sides by negative 1. So then I would get y is negative 6. If x is 2, I would have 2 minus y equals 7. So it's the same procedure here. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. So then I'll have the opposite of y equals 5. Then I'll divide both sides by negative 1, and y would be negative 5. And last one, if x is 3, I would have 3 minus y equals 7. I'll subtract 3 from both sides. So then the opposite of y is 4. And I'll divide both sides by negative 1. So when x is 3, y is negative 4. Then I can use those values to make an ordered pair. If x is 1 and y is negative 6, I have the ordered pair of 1, negative 6. When x is 2 and y is negative 5, I have the ordered pair 2, negative 5. And when x is 3 and y is negative 4, I have the ordered pair 3, negative 4. Then I'll plot those 3 points. So for 1, negative 6, I'll go right 1 and down 6. For 2, negative 5, I'll start from the origin and go right 2 and down 5. For 3, negative 4, I'll go right 3 and down 4. You'll notice they are all right in a row like they're supposed to be. And then I'll connect my dots to form a line. Alright, now that our line is graphed, is my slope positive, negative, 0, or undefined? What do you all think? If I'm looking left to right, it's going up, so that's positive slope. Alright. Next one has y equals negative 2x. And I'm giving you guys negative 2, 0, and 2 for x values. I'm going to give you a minute. Go ahead and pause your video. See if you can fill out just the table of values for this one. And I will share with you the answers in 3, 2, 1. When x is negative 2, y should be 4. When x is 0, y is 0. And when x is 2, y is negative 4. The ordered pairs then would be negative 2, 4, 0, 0, and 2, negative 4. How'd you do? Hopefully you did all right. All right, next up, I'm going to let you guys try to graph them, okay? See if you can graph your 3 points on the graph over here. And we'll go over those in 3, 2, 1. Should have negative 2, 4 up here. 0, 0 right in the middle on the origin, and 2, negative 4 down here. Connect the dots to form a line. Is that what your all's graph looks like? Great. Alright, last thing. Is the slope positive, negative, 0, or undefined? What do you think? We're going down if you're looking left to right, so this is a negative slope. Alright, are you guys ready for another one? The next one I have for you is y equals 3x minus 1. In the table of values, I'm giving you x is negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. So this time, I'm going to let you guys try the entire thing. So pause your video. See if you can fill out that table of values, see if you can graph them, and see if you can answer the slope question. Okay? So pause your video, and I'll give you guys the answer here in 3, 2, 1. Alright, for your table of values, you should have y is negative 4, negative 7, and negative 10, which gives you ordered pairs of negative 1, negative 4, negative 2, negative 7, and negative 3, negative 10. How does your table look? Does it look all right? You should be plugging these into x, so you'll do 3 times negative 1 first, which would be negative 3, and then subtracting 1, which gives you your negative 4. Or for the -2, you do 3 times -2, which is -6, and then subtract 1, which would give you -7. Does that help? Great. When you plot them, -1, -4 is down here in quadrant 3. -2, -7 is a little further down. And -3, -10 is just about at the bottom of my graph. Okay, then we'll connect the dots to form a line. And that's what the graph looks like. All right, for your slope equation, you should have a positive slope for this one. Because when looking left to right, that line is going up. All right, next one says y equals -1. That's a fun equation because it doesn't even have an x in it. And so you notice I have x's of 5, 7, and 2, and this doesn't even have x's in it. Really, for these, it's actually a little bit easier to back translate. Do you guys remember the word problems? When you have an equal sign, what that meant? Equal signs were usually the word is, right? So when it says y equals -1, that's the same thing as saying y is -1. So my y value is always going to be -1. That's the rule for this, okay? So it doesn't matter what x is because it doesn't say anything about x's over here. What it tells me is that y is always going to be -1. So no matter the x's over here, my y value will always be -1. So then my ordered pairs are 5, -1, 7, -1, and 2, -1. When I graph it, I'll have 5, -1, 7, -1, and 2, -1. They're all in a line, and this line is horizontal. Okay? Now for a horizontal line, is the slope positive, negative, 0, or undefined? What do you think? This was our bicycle just riding along. It's not falling off a cliff or anything. This means that our slope is 0. All right, let's try another one. My next one says x equals 4. So that means that my x value is always 4. So this time you notice in my chart I give you different y values, 3, 5, and 7, and the x is missing. What is x always going to be? It's always going to be 4. So I'm going to put 4 in for all of my x values. So that gives me the ordered pair 4, 3, 4, 5, and 4, 7. When I graph them, I'll have 4, 3 right here, 4, 5, just 2 above it, and 4, 7, 2 above that one. And when I connect the dots, this forms a vertical line. So whenever you have x equals a number, that would be a vertical line. What do you think the slope is going to be for the vertical line? This would be if I'm trying to ride a bicycle going vertically, I would definitely fall off and hurt myself. So my slope is undefined. Alright, last one I have for you is a little different because it's x equals instead of y equals. So I have x equals 8 minus y for my equation. So I'm giving you y's, 5, 4, and 3, and we need to find the x's. So for each one, it's the same idea as what we've been doing before. We're going to substitute those y values in. So I'll have x equals 8 minus y. Well, let's try if y is 5. X equals 8 minus 5. 8 minus 5 is 3, so my x value is 3. What about for 4? I would have x equals 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 is 4, so my x value would be 4 when y is 4. And for 3, I would have x equals 8 minus 3. 8 minus 3 is 5, so x would be 5. So my ordered pairs, when x is 3 and y is 5, my ordered pair is 3, 5. When x is 4 and y is 4, my ordered pair is 4, 4. And when x is 5 and y is 3, my ordered pair is 5, 3. So let's graph it. So I've got 3, 5, 4, 4, and 5, 3. Looks like this. And then I'll connect the dots to form a nice line. And that's the way my line looks. Okay? What do you think my slope is going to be for this one? Positive, negative, 0, or undefined? So if I'm looking left to right, my line is going down, so it is negative. Okay, so hopefully this helps you guys start getting graphing on some lines and thinking about slope. Have a great week.